Felipe, Chris.
We ready?
Yes, same as usual. Start in English, then we'll go over Spanish. Like start us off.
Frank, you made a few changes in the midfield, moving Gressel into the middle and putting Pity out on the right. I was curious why you made those changes and how do you think it affected the game tonight?
I think both did a great job on the a little bit different positions. I know that Pity is a player, he can play on number 10, but, from the right coming into his left feet and make smart passes or shoot on the goal. He can be also very dangerous in that. And looking towards the opponent, we thought normally they play with like a 4-2-3-1 system. And then you have like Alonso and the Slovakian player. We want him, not to get that much freedom. So then, Jules, his work rate, it's more than normally what PT brings at that position. There's no problem. But and also when he's outside, he can bring also special things. So I think it went well in the beginning, especially, and. I think overall, we can be proud of what everybody, not only those two, but what everybody achieved tonight.
Frank, it looked like a very tactical match for most of the night, but Franco was very effective when he got forward. Could you talk about his performance and how happy you were with the team overall? But more so.
No, Franco, I think he had a great performance, a great game. Against a team who wants to drop deep, and you have to have wing backs or full backs who has to support, and he is the modern type of full backs, who can go up and down for 90 minutes. He showed it today, and then also still get his quality in, so. It was fantastic. PT came in and he just slipped it, or maybe even didn't touch it. But Franco was there to support in the box and made a fantastic goal. And this is what we want from our fullbacks. And sometimes they have to support in the midfield, like Parky. Of course, he's maybe a little bit more suitable for coming in the midfield, and then more Dion, more outside. So this is how we want to play. Every time recognize the moments where we have to stand, and every time the shape has to be well. And today, I think the first hour we had a period like 50 minutes that we had really the control. They were, we call it a lock on. Every time we could pass them around, have shots, get the ball back, and again, first our midfielders, then our wingers coming in the box. So. That was very pleasing to see.
Quintero and Dunladi both subbed off by the 70th minute. I was curious if there was any specific tactics that you deployed to bottle them up, or was it just quality individual efforts from the center backs?
They had a philosophy today with 5 in the back and 3 in the midfield and 2 up front. They did it with a reason, so they want a little bit drop deep, and then with Schuler, who has a great left feet, Alonso has a good passing skill, so they want to beat us in transition, in the counter attack, and I think we solved it really well. And Miles and Leandro Perez did a great job, but also in the when we played with Darlington as a controlled midfielder, when, for example, Quintero drops in, he has to take over, and if not, it's 1 against 1, and that's hard because we have a lot of space behind us, but they cover it well, and so also the defense did a great job.
With tonight's match, then Saturday's match against Chicago is. I guess there's a little more added urgency, especially with the FIFA break coming up.
I just said to the group, this is the spirit, and sorry, thank you. That we want to see every game, of course, and I know it's difficult. We play already a lot of games, and we have 2 days rest, and coming against also a good team, Chicago. but this is what we want to see. This is what the fans want to see, you know. Like Brett, you know, Guzan who made that saves, you know, but with that passion, blocking shots, everybody was there, you know. You had the feeling that there is not a goal going in because everybody was working for together, you know. At the last moment, I think, Eric Remedi made a sprint towards the goalkeeper of the opponent, and Josef took over his position. You know, this is what you want to see, you know, from a team. And so I was again really pleased to see that. And this is what I want to see from my team. And so today was for me a very good example. What we can do, and still we can do much better. But still, I think there were moments that we had the control. We didn't make too many mistakes, you know, silly mistakes. So and then you control the game much better.
A 1v1 winger like Dion is also very effective against a bunkered defense. Have you asked him to be aggressive?
Yeah, that's why we put him also in, because he's maybe one of the best in our roster, the 1-3-1. He has his pace and a good technique. And also his work rate today and also the last games is already tremendous. And yeah, he was a threat for the opponent, and very pleased for him. We put a lot of energy in him in the beginning of the season he gave me the first time, he gave me a hand when we introduced him. And, you know, it was a hand that, you know, I said, this is not a hand, man. You have to give a really firm hand, a hand of a man. And that was a little bit the problem. He has to be, to be a man and go in the gym and everything, be aggressive, and not only that, you know, that very beautiful player what he can be, of course, but yeah, in a game in MLS, but everywhere in every league, you have to do more. What do you do with the other 88 minutes when you don't have the ball? You know, do you pressing? Do you walk? What do you do? And now you see what he is able to, and I think he understands that now. And so it's nice to see that, you know, he's picking it up. He's listening to the players, also the staff, and this is his reward that he is now playing the last couple of games.
You mentioned during the week that transition defending was the biggest area for improvement. Were you satisfied with tonight? Were there any moments
really,
that
you know, with everybody, they really understand it, and you have to understand when you have to press and when you don't have to press, when you just have to drop deep a little bit, come together and choose your moments again. And we did it much better, and because we are so eager to press forward, but yeah, if the player on the ball has all the time, yeah, that's not the right moment. The ball always has to be on the move to another player, then you can press, because then he has to look, he has to control, and you're already on his feet at that moment. But when somebody has all the time and you press, then everybody is too late, and then you get a domino effect pop, and then then you get the results like what we had last Sunday. It was, yes.
The U.S. Open Cup draw is tomorrow.
Yeah.
It will be y'all's entrance into the tournament. I was curious what your approach is going to be with personnel for at least this first round game upcoming in whatever it is, 2 weeks.
We take everything very seriously and want to go very far in the US Cup. So, but you know, we're gonna miss probably some players. So other players has to be ready. And of course, I will rotate some players, but still, you know, we have to be in shape also. And normally it's week after week, so they can have a normal break and still be prepared for that game. So I want to be with a strong team, but probably I'd be forced to have some changes to make.
Last one in English, Chris.
Tito Villalba going to miss the Copa America with injury. Did you have any input in their decision, or was that strictly Paraguay's decision to leave him off the roster?
No, you know, he's still not fully recovered, so it's a normal thing, and it's what I already said yesterday. It's a very delicate injury. You think it's I can do everything, and then suddenly you make a block shot or you make a strange turn, and you start all over again. So we have to be very precautious for that, and it's a pity for him, but for us it's good, that hopefully he can be, when the league starts, and also maybe maybe the second cup game, he can be important for us.
Thanks. We'll switch over to Spanish now.
Welcome.